The sustain pedal is one of the most important tools in the pianist's arsenal. A lot of people overuse the sustain pedal or use it as a crutch, but when utilized properly, it can bring a lot of nuance to your sound. On a real piano, you actually have many different levels of sustain. Unfortunately, keyboards only have two levels of sustain, on and off. So if you have to practice on a keyboard, just be aware of this fact and try not to let it develop bad habits for you. If you overuse the sustain pedal, your playing can sound muddy and unclear. However, playing completely dry can make some quick transitions tricky. The trick is finding a balance between these two extremes of sustain, using enough to give you some legato flexibility, but also holding off enough to be able to clean up chords easily. The sustain pedal on an acoustic piano does more than just sustain the notes. It also creates overtones and resonance. Keep in mind that when you play a note, you're not just hearing the frequency of that note. You're hearing a whole series of them, namely the overtone series. Because of this fact, and sympathetic vibration, when you play a note with the sustain down, it causes other strings to vibrate. All of them a little bit, but especially those in the overtone series for that note. This gives a different timbral characteristic to the piano. Because the full sustain setting creates such an overtone-rich sound, it can be too much information for a lot of settings. It lends itself better to simple ideas and atmospheric kind of textures. But for many settings, half pedal is plenty. You can also use the sustain pedal after you press the note to catch a bit of its decay. Now, the full sustain setting isn't just good for atmospheric textures, it's also good for this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So hopefully now you've seen the full spectrum of what the sustain pedal can do, or at least what I can do with it. I want to see what you do with it. Play around with the sustain pedal to get the sound you envision coming out of the piano. And that's really all there is to it. So please like and subscribe, stay tuned for more videos, and as always, happy practicing.